Hello people, how are you doing? Hope you're well. My video for today will be lessons learned from the life of Emilio Mwai Kibaki. Stay tuned. Hello people, how are you doing? Hope you're well. My topic for today will be lessons learned from the life of Emilio Mwai Kibaki. I'll take you through the life of Mwai Kibaki from the time he was born up to the time he passed on, and the lessons that we can learn from his life. And it goes like this. Emilio Stanley Mwai Kibaki was born on November 15th 1931, and he was the youngest of 8 children from a family of subsistence farmers living in Gatuyaini, Nyeri. So Mwai Kibaki came from a place where there were farmers, where they grew crops, food crops, and rearing livestock, and his intelligence and aptitude for learning stood out from a young age, and in 1947 he qualified to study at the prestigious Mango High School in Kiambu County. So Mwai Kibaki was a very intelligent guy. He had God blessed him with a good brain, and he was able to do well in Mango High School in 1947 in Kiambu County, and he was awarded a scholarship to Uganda's renowned Makerere University in 1951, where he pursued Bachelor of Arts degree in Economics, History, and Political Science. So Kibaki studied in Makerere University in 1951, and he was able to graduate 4 years later with first class degree, and he was vice chairman of Makerere Students Guide between 1954 and 1955. So Kibaki was able to get a first class honors in Bachelor of Arts degree in Economics, History, and Political Science. He was a very bright man. Yes, he had a high IQ here. And he received a scholarship to study at the London School of Economics from 1955 to 1958, where he excelled in economics and public finance with a distinction. So Kibaki was able to excel also in that degree of economics and public finance, and he got a distinction. So Kibaki valued his education so much, and in 1960 Kibaki left Makerere University and joined the Kenya African National Union, or that is KANU party. So Kibaki decided to venture into politics after studying in Makerere University, and after Kenya got independence in 1963, he won a seat in the National Assembly for Donholm constituency, or currently now Makadara in Nairobi County. So Kibaki won a seat in 1963. So Kibaki was there when Kenya got her independence in 1963, and from 1965 Kibaki became the Minister of Commerce and Industry From 1969 and 1982, he became the Minister of Finance, where he was able to make a budget report concerning the budget for Kenya between those years. And in 1978, he became the Vice President, the time when President Daniel Toroitich Arap Moi rose into power after President Kenyatta passed on. In 1988, he was replaced as a Vice President by Josephat Karanja and transferred to the Ministry of Health. And Kibaki was for multipartyism. He didn't want a single partyism under the regime of KANU. And in 1991, he resigned his membership in KANU and formed the Democratic Party. So Kibaki was for multipartyism, and in 1992 and 1997 he challenged President Daniel Toroitich Arap Moi at the ballot, and both times he lost. So Kibaki tried to compete with Moi. He tried his best to win the ballot box, but he was not able to win. He tried, he lost. And in 1998, he became the official head of the opposition. So he was involved in opposing the regime of Moi. He didn't like the way Moi was handling the country at that time. Yeah. So from 2002, that's when he joined Raila Odinga, Charity Ngilu, and Michael Wamalwa, who later on died in 2003, in forming the National Rainbow Coalition, or what we call NAC. I remember this event that time when I was a child, like 11, 12 there. That is when NAC was formed. And he was involved in an accident a few weeks before the elections, and he suffered serious injuries. So Kibaki was involved in an accident a few weeks before the elections, and he suffered so many injuries. But although he was injured, he was able to defeat Moi's chosen successor, Uhuru Kenyatta, during that time. And so Kibaki ruled our country from 2003 up to 2007. That was his first term. And in 2007, he now formed the Party of National Unity, that is PNU, with the challenger being the Orange Democratic Movement, that is ODM, led by Raila Odinga. And during that time, there were elections taking place in 2007, and Raila won the elections, and so Kibaki rigged himself, and he was able to gain victory. And after that, there were clashes taking place in the country, where many people lost their lives, others lost their homes, others were raped, especially the women were raped. Very sad. It led people to be traumatized because of that, of the clashes taking place after the elections, or what you call the post-election violence. Yeah, it was very traumatizing. Yeah. And in February 28th, 2008, Kibaki and Raila signed a power-sharing agreement called the National Accord and Reconciliation Act, which led to the office of Prime Minister. So Kibaki and Raila had to share power so that the conflict would end. And in 28th of August 2010, a new constitution was approved by 67% of Kenyan voters and was promulgated. And in April 6, 2013, that's when Kibaki handed power to Uhuru Kenyatta, who is still president till today. And in 2016, he was taken to hospital for treatment. He became sick and he was had to be taken to hospital. And on April 21st or 22nd this year, 2022, that's when he died at the age of 90. May Kibaki's soul rest in peace. And I will take you through the lessons that we have learned from his life. And one of them is that to leave a legacy. Kibaki left a legacy in his life, in that when he was president, he was able to transform the economy of this nation. He was able to provide free primary education in this country. He was also able to improve on the roads in this country. He created the Thika Highway. He's the one that also came up with Vision 2030 in Kenya. He also created Kazi kwa Vijana, a project that is aimed at creating jobs for the youth in this country. Yeah, he left a very big legacy in this country, and many people really miss him because he was the best. He's the best president that this country has ever had. Yeah. Number 2 is to love your family. Kibaki loved his wife, that is Lucy Muthoni, from 1961 up to 2016, when she died. And he loved her so much. He also loved his children, that is Judy Wanjiku, Jimmy Kibaki, David Kagai, and Tony Githinji. And he also loved his numerous grandchildren. Yeah. And number 3 is be a good mentor. Kibaki, even after he retired, he was able to guide President Uhuru on how to handle his opponent, that is Raila Odinga, on how to run the country, how to improve the economy. Yeah. Number 4 is to take care of your health. Kibaki, when he was president, he didn't touch alcohol. He tried his best to take care of his health. He didn't involve himself in drinking alcohol. He just took water, juice. Yeah. And finally, number 5 is value your education. Kibaki valued his education so much. He was able to get good grades in his university degrees in Makerere and also in London School of Economics. Yes, those are the lessons that I have learned from the life of Mwai Kibaki. What lessons have you learned from the life of Mwai Kibaki? Comment down below and have a good day.